In this segment of the DVD, we want to go through storytelling, putting your DVD together, sequencing, and some different shots, like we mentioned before, wide shot, medium shot, close-up, give you some examples of that. Also, point of view shots. What about the eye line? The eye line means the camera should be in the line of the eye. So if you're 6 foot high, the camera should be that high, equal to the eye. The focus place is the eyes itself. So when you zoom in and you focus, best to focus on the eyes. When you're dealing with children or animals, you should bring the camera down, get down at their level. And for point of view shots, that means as if you're their eyes, you should bring the camera down to the level of their eyes and look out as if that was their eyes looking out. That's called point of view. That's a very good kind of shot also. I'm going to give you some examples here, some TV shows I've been working on and done, and give you some idea how to start. You know, we talked about wide shot, medium shot, close-up. Well, also, we need a story. Each one of those little sequences we build are a story, beginning, middle, and end. And if you tack all these beginning, middle, and ends together with an overview of the whole show or the whole story, you've just created your own TV show in principle. So what we're going to show you is a TV show I worked on just recently called The Caleb and Grace, or The Adventures of Caleb and Grace. And what we did to begin is we have a montage of different videos that were already collected. Now this is in the editing stage. So over the series of the shoot, we've got lots of little bits and pieces, and we would have that in the beginning as an introduction to the characters.
There'll be plenty of time when we get there. Don't rush and don't stare, and try to listen to your folks. We'll bring the dogs and the pigs, we'll ride on the horses, fly through the summers, hope everything's alright. 'Cause by morning we'll have played we all night. 'Cause if we're not here, we're in the creek. If we're not in the creek, we're in the trees. If we're not in the trees, we're in the fields. If we're not in the field, we're just hiding somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. So don't touch that dial, hang with us on The Caleb and Gracie Show.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Gracie.
And welcome to our adventure. Today, we're going to build a bobcat and we're going to show you how to operate one.
And I'm going to show you how we feed our animals.
What you'll need to build the bobcat is a cardboard box big enough to sit in, a black Sharpie, a baseball cap, and some sticks.
So get that and we'll see you after the commercial break.
Another thing that we want to watch for is transitions. Rather than using an electronic transition that's in the digital editor, we like to see transitions in the actual frame of the film itself or video. If you actually watch the movies, you see very few transitions. If you ever watch the news, you hardly ever see a transition when they're actually playing the clips. So a transition can be walking into frame and out of frame.
Now here's a video of some of our friends and their adventures from the land down under.
Hi, Caleb and Grace! We're in Dreamworld in Queensland, Australia, and this is our adventure! Woo!
Also, when you're framing your camera, looking at your camera and framing it, you want to be conscious of what's in the foreground, what's in the middle ground, what's in the background. And you can shoot a little dimensionally. In other words, have 3 dimensions. Just by moving the camera a little bit, putting something in the foreground, your main characters in the middle ground, you've got the background. You've now given a lot of dimension to your video. Always carry a camera with you. You never know when you're going to use it. And you might get paid if you shoot something properly. I'm going to show you some news footage I shot. There was an explosion nearby, saw the smoke, got in the car, I drove there. Now, there's this terminology we use in the industry called in their own words. So you may not be a very good interviewer. I'm not a very good interviewer, but I can capture a news story quite simply. And it's not that hard. You just ask basic questions and let the person you're talking to do all the talking. Now, I had a camera a bit smaller than this, just a little Handycam camera, and I wanted to show you something. I held the camera basically like this. You see where it is? I'm not looking through it. I'm not looking here. I'm not looking. See how you cover my face? When I'm looking like this, you can't see my face. And so nobody's going to talk to you, they're going to talk to the camera. But if you hold it here next to you, and remember I told you, have it fully wide, then you can ask a question like this. My mouth and the microphone's about 6 or 9 inches. The other person's just in front of me. It's not that much different. So if you ask questions, the eye line is to me, not to the camera. What happened?
This house back behind over on this next road blew up.
Do you have any realization what might be there?
You want to guess? I'd say it was a meth lab. Something was so big, it blew. It was like a bomb. It was like a bomb went off back there. It scared me totally.
I went up to one gentleman, and he's in the shade. And if you look behind him, you can see all the brightness of the sun behind him. Remember, you cannot outshine the sun. You cannot outshine the sun. So what I did is I just kind of grabbed him and just talked to him and turned him like this. Let me just get some dark behind you. There you go. Sir, you just you witnessed this explosion?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
I just pulled up and seen my neighbor, and I hollered at him and asked him what he was doing. I heard just a small pop, and I looked over there and I could see some smoke coming out of that garage. By the time I walked down here to where this police car is, then the big explosion hit. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
They won't be looking at the camera, they'll be looking at you because you're engaging them. On this shot here, we've got 4 cameras. We've got a camera up in the air, as you can see, in a bucket truck. We have a camera behind the front seat of the vehicle. We have a camera opposite the tree that's handheld. And we have a camera up the driveway locked off. So we've planned these 4 different angles.
Do not let go of this rope. I don't want that tree on that car. You hear me? Holy Jerome! What the hell is that? Oh my God! Oh my God! Get this thing off the car! Cut this thing up! Give me a... I don't even want to hear it! Is this your car? Here, let me settle with you quick. All right? How much you want for it? $50? No! 100? Yours worth $50. What do you want for it? Hey, we're cleaning it up. Here. I want a new car. Here. Here's some more. No sack? Hey. I didn't have anything to do with this. I did not have anything to do with this. Get this cleaned up and get out of here. Here, here's $500. Right here. Man, I'm really sorry. Look, that's an old citation. What is that? A citation? Here, here's 500. Let me get it. Hey. It's all right. We'll work it out. Well, how much you want? Talk to me here. What do you want for a car? Oh, you want me to send my back up? Here, take my car. Take my car. Right? Take my car. Take my car. Keys are in it. Go on. Just. I'll sign the title over in a minute. Come here. Hey, you in the chair. You touch that remote. I'm going to bring a load of mulch over and dump it in your driveway. You know, we brought this to you to show you the deadliest vegetation on the planet. I've been telling you for years. Prune them, or they'll prune themselves. Take them down when they're dead, or they'll come down. They don't just dissolve. They do come down. I hope you don't think we did this on accident. Everything we did here, we actually staged for you. My show isn't designed to be fake, so we want to let you know that. This was all set to show you the trees are the deadliest vegetation on the planet. Whenever we do something that's a second or third take in our show, we will always let you know, because this is real reality.